Ryan Poles is not done yet. He just signed tight end Marcedes Lewis, 39 years old, from the Green Bay Packers to a one-year contract with the Chicago Bears. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears free agency update video, which I'll be doing anytime the Chicago Bears signings going on. So subscribe to my channel if you guys want my thoughts, my views on every single signing. But Poles was awake again this morning, and he signed Marcedes Lewis, a phenomenal blocking tight end, to be the tight end number 3 on the Chicago Bears roster. It's a one-year contract, not sure about the money, but I'm assuming it's going to be less than $1 million, or maybe like $1 million, 1.5 million, something like that, right? Because he is getting really old. He's 39 years old. He was drafted back in 2006 when the Bears went to the Super Bowl, so it's been a long time. He's been in the NFL for a while, but I love this move, right? Because the Bears, in my opinion, did not have a true, tight end number 3 on this roster. We had guys like, Chase Allen, etc., fighting for that tight end number 3 spot, but we didn't have one guy they could count on to be a reliable tight end number 3, and that's something you need in a scheme like this, right? Because the Bears are going to be using multiple tight end sets pretty often during the season. So that's why I thought the Bears would draft a tight end this year potentially, but they didn't draft any, so I thought they might sign one eventually, and they finally did, and I'm happy about that, right? Because even though he is super old, he's older than our general manager, Ryan Poles, by 2 years. He has been a reliable, solid option for the Green Bay Packers as a blocking tight end. And that's what he's going to be, guys. He's not going to be a guy that's going to be going off for 300, 400 plus receiving yards, having multiple touchdowns. No, that's not what he is whatsoever. But as a blocker, he's been one of the best blocking tight ends in the NFL for a long period of time. He's played every single game the past 2 years, so his age is not really slowing him down in terms of his play or in terms of injury. He stayed injury-free the last 2 years, knock on wood, but we're basically getting like a 6th offensive lineman with this type of signing. It kind of reminds me of signing Jason Peters, 39-year-old Jason Peters, back in 2021 to be our left tackle that year, and he helped out with the blocking tremendously. I think that Marcedes Lewis also is going to help out with the blocking, and it's also nice to get somebody that knows the system as well, because obviously he's familiar with Luke Getsy. I'm sure that Luke Getsy was one of the major reasons why Marcedes Lewis even wanted to come to Chicago. He already knew the offensive coordinator, he knew the scheme, how to play in it and succeed in it. So good move by the Bears. Let's talk more about what he's going to bring to the Chicago Bears. So Marcedes Lewis is 6'6", weighs 267 pounds, a big, tall, physical, menacing type of player. He has the build to be a good blocking tight end. He's very, very strong in his upper and lower body, and that's what he's been doing during his entire NFL career. If I read you guys his stats, I'm not going to read all of them because he's been playing for so long, but you guys can see he's never really had dominant receiving seasons. His best season was with the Jaguars back in 2009. Long time ago, but recently with the Packers, he has been more of that blocking tight end type of guy, but still a reliable blocking tight end. Okay, according to PFF, so I have a stat for you guys which is going to blow your mind, but Marcedes Lewis has had almost 6,000 pass blocking snaps in his 17-year career, and last year, okay, at the age of 38, he blocked on 72.9% of offensive snaps, which was 451 offensive snaps. Okay, that's not a small number. That's still a good amount of offensive snaps, and he allowed 0 sacks, 0 QB hits, and just 2 quarterback pressures. That is elite level blocking at the tight end spot, and basically every other year of his career he's had the same amount of success as a blocker. He knows how to block, he knows how to pass protect, he knows how to run block too really, really well. So this is going to be helping out the Bears passing attack and the run game tremendously, because we are getting that 6th offensive lineman type of guy. I mean, that's kind of why in the NFL draft I wanted to draft a player like Darnell Washington, who also was a great blocker, but I'm happy getting a vet like this for the time being to be that tight end number 3 type of blocker. I mean, he's the best blocking tight end now on the Chicago Bears, definitely better than Cole Kmet and obviously Robert Tonyan. So when the Bears do go into 12 personnel, if you do want that extra blocking tight end, we got it now on the Bears. And it's not like he can't catch the football at all. He's not going to be making crazy plays for you, but he has had touchdowns and plays he's made in the past. Last year he had 2 touchdowns, not a lot. Obviously, he only had 6 receptions last year, so you guys can see, again, not going to be a crazy receiving threat, but he played in all the games last year and the year prior as well with the Green Bay Packers, which I do want to highlight because that's a big deal. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, why'd you sign a 39-year-old tight end for such a young roster? Well, this guy can still play. He can still stay healthy. He can be a big mentor to the young guys too. I mean, guys like Cole Kmet, who, You know, Cole Kmet, you guys have to remember, is still only 24 years old. Like, he's been in the NFL for only 3 years, still super young, still has a lot to learn on in terms of blocking and being able to pass catch. He could probably learn pass catching, you know, tips from Robert Tonyan, and he can learn blocking techniques, blocking tips from a guy like Marcedes Lewis. Okay, it's the perfect combo of tight ends we have on this roster, and we stole both of them from the Green Bay Packers. Okay, both Lewis and Robert Tonyan were on the Green Bay Packers last year. Now, the Packers drafted 2 young tight ends, but I'm happy that we got their vets here to help us out this year, because Justin Fields' growth as a passer is going to be paramount. It's going to be key during this entire season. We have to have Justin Fields breaking out for having at least, you know, I would hope 3,000 plus passing yards if we want him to be the franchise quarterback, the future quarterback of the Bears, and getting extra blocking help with a guy like Marcedes Lewis, who is reliable, old but reliable, you know, really good blocker. He can pass protect for Justin Fields, keep him upright. That's a great signing by the Chicago Bears, in my opinion. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the signing down below in the comments. Not a very flashy signing, not one that's gonna have us as excited as a Yannick Ngakoue signing yesterday, but we needed signings like this. Okay, these types of signings sometimes turn out to be the most underrated types of moves when the season starts, because even though you don't notice them oftentimes, when you go into the film, watch what the players are actually doing, you're going to notice Marcedes Lewis helping out on a lot of successful running plays and passing plays for the Chicago Bears by blocking really well. So good move by Ryan Poles. I'm happy that he's still looking to add to the current roster. It's not like 2022 where we're intentionally tanking. On paper, we're actually going for it this year. And again, we're probably not going to, you know, be Super Bowl contenders this year, but who knows, guys? We could make a run this year. Like, with the team that we have currently, I'm not trying to be like overly optimistic, be delusional, but I don't see why this Bears team cannot win 8, 9, 10 games, like I said yesterday, and at least challenge for a wild card spot, because we added so much talent from top to bottom on this roster, both on offense and on defense. We added, you know, good veterans too. It's not like last year where we added trash veterans on one-year flyers to just fill out the roster and help us lose games. We're actually adding guys that are good at what they do, and it could hopefully turn the Bears into being a playoff team this year, even if we're not Super Bowl contenders just yet. But guys, next year, I'm telling you, we got the 2 first-round picks. We got 80 plus million in cap space. Next year is going to be even more fun, but this year also should be a lot of fun. So welcome to Chicago, Marcedes Lewis. Glad to have you. We'll see if Ryan Poles makes any other signings in the coming days. I don't think there's going to be too many other ones. I think our roster is basically set for the most part. I still think we maybe could add another edge guy, potentially, if anybody comes available via trade, like a Chase Young or somebody. I'm not sure if Ryan Poles want to go after that after signing Yannick, but he still could, because our edge rusher spot still on the other side of Yannick is not, it's not anything proven. So we'll see if Ryan Poles does anything else. But I hope you guys enjoy your day. As always, bear down.